Hello. Welcome to episode 23. Can you believe it? So today I would like it to be part 2 of episode 22 because I promised in the beginning of episode 22 that I would talk about why it matters if we're a personal self or we see ourselves as an impersonal self. And I want to explore that with you today. It fits with the Course in Miracles in several ways. There are places in the Course that say, I need do nothing. I didn't look up what lesson that is, but it's several places in the Course. And then in chapter 29, at the end of A Course in Miracles, chapter 29, in the section called, what's it called? It's called, I have too many pieces of paper. It's called the Antichrist. Sorry for that little glitch there. I'm just gathering my thoughts because being a doer and having idols are very connected. So let me stay first with what I was talking about in episode 22. The personal self is the ego. Everything is taken in terms of defense. It's taken in terms of separation. It's taken in terms of what am I getting? What am I giving? How good am I? Am I doing better? Am I doing worse? All about a personal I. And all those evaluations, whether they're a praise or rejection, are all still the personal I. We have a possibility of really knowing our worth, and our worth can never be in a personal I. So why does it matter if we take ourselves to be personal or impersonal? It's not just a concept. It's a hugely emotional, psychological, spiritual experience. In one way, we feel separate. We're always evaluating how we're doing. That's the personal self. We're always getting. If we're giving with self-consciousness so we could be doing better. The impersonal is oneness. The impersonal is the divine. The impersonal is what we've been seeking. And there's that St. Francis quote that says, this is a paraphrase, that what if what we're looking for is found in where we're looking from? So almost every great text, holy text, tells us turn within, or stop looking outside is another way to say that. Generally when we look outside, we're looking at this world, people, places, things, what Rupert Spira and non-dual teachers call the objects of experience. And we're one of those objects. But let's right now, you and I, look outside ourselves, again like we did last time, but we're not looking at stuff. We're not looking at the world in terms of what we can get. We're just looking to understand. We're looking to open up. let's leave that personal self for just a few minutes before we go on discussing these ideas. Let's look into the room as though it was an aware presence room that can receive us. It's not just air. It's everything. There's nowhere and no way that there is a definite edge, a separation from me and the galaxies and the air in this room and the air outside. Let's soften our gaze. Let's open our hands and our palms. Let's take a deep breath together and feel how we are being received this day, this moment, this second. It doesn't matter what you did today. It doesn't matter how you feel right now. You are 100% acceptable. Not the personal you. That's acceptable too. But the personal you is only a fragment. It's only an itty bitty portion. What if you are the everything? What if there's only one source? And that one source includes you. You are the divine. The Course says we have only one problem, and that's that belief in separation. So you are the divine. You are God. You are oneness. I am you. You are me. And there are only these pretenses. It's like we're asleep in the daytime dream. We're dreaming that we're all separate. We're dreaming that there's a world of idols where we can get stuff, and one idol replaces the next for more. But Muji has a great way of saying all of this. And while you're relaxed, let me tell you what he says. He says that doership, you and I doing stuff, getting stuff, looking for more, looking to be more, doership is a failing device. He says this device is a fraud. He says reject it completely. Well, I don't know what I think about the word reject, because in this state that we're in now, all is acceptable. But we know what he means. Don't go there. Don't go to the separate self, because it causes suffering. That's what he means. He means see it for what it is. He doesn't mean fight with it, reject it, and then accept it, and then reject it. That would be a fight. That would be looking for more and then judging ourselves and then trying again and failing again. Why is it a failure machine? Because you already are everything you've been looking for. That's why lesson 189 says, forget this course and come with holy empty arms unto love. Love is what you are. Attack thoughts, come from separation. You didn't really separate. You only thought you did. So when you're ready, come back to the room. And I have something else to tell you from your relaxed state. Visualize, if you would, a painting. Keep your eyes open. Look at a blank space and picture a painting. It's a watercolor. And it's a watercolor of a landscape. And there's some white area of the painting. And that white area hasn't been colored in. And it's near the sky of the painting. So it looks like clouds. And that white of the painting is you. It's you in its unveiled way. It's you without the coloring of a personal self. When you look at the watercolor of the landscape, you see the colors, but you also see the paper. And the paper is you. We have an opportunity to be in this world, see the goings on, see what appears to be separate people and actions and reactions and going to work or going on vacation or buying a new car or all the doing. We can do it and participate. We could enjoy the slice of pizza or the chocolate cake without making it an idol. We can even make the body part of the painting. What if that piece of white that looks like the cloud that I said was us, you and I, if it were colored and it looked like us with a color, we could still know what we truly are and be that color, whether it's orange or blue or green. We can be the color. We can be the size and shape we are. We can be the talents. If you're Lynn and you're a scientist, if you're Dove and you're brilliant, you have a brilliant mind that can remember photographically the entire Course in Miracles. You can be that, and you can know what you really are. And what we really are is the same. We are divine. Let's look at what Mooji says when he says, we are timeless, we are indestructible, we are undying, we are eternal, we are pure, and we are free. Is that not everything that the Course in Miracles tells us as well? You are not a body, you are free, you are still as God created you. All great texts tell the truth that's the same. And when we truly understand and the veil has been lifted, the veil of separation, we don't even see or make a big deal about the differences in the texts because they all bring us home. They bring us home to what we truly are. Muji defines a realized being as one who knows their original nature and has transcended the influence of the ego in the mind. Now, I believe this is what the mind training of A Course in Miracles is about. It doesn't say you won't hear your mind. It doesn't say you won't hear the junk in your mind. Course in Miracles has the whole first sections of the Course showing us first that our minds are full of junk. We don't know how to think. We're not thinking at all. And then it shows us how aggressive our thoughts are, how many attack thoughts we have. But I love this because I love what Muji said because of the word influence. He doesn't say you won't hear the ego again. He doesn't say you won't hear the small mind again telling you about separation, telling you to get more, telling you that you're not enough. I do believe there's something very valuable about getting practice in not buying the sales pitches. And you know, people are getting better and better these days, if you will, at selling to us. They find out what our interests are. Somebody gets our email because we clicked on something, or we signed up for something, somebody's newsletter, and somehow that person shared our email with somebody else. And pretty soon they're pitching to us, and we're their niche audience. That's what we're being called. We're their niche audience, and they're going to pitch their messages to us. So the sales are going to get more and more tempting. They're not evil. We don't need to get all judgmental, but we do need to get more diligent and focused. The Course tells us that we have mind wandering, that we're very good at mind wandering. If we stay focused on not buying anything, literally or metaphorically, from our minds that promotes separation, then we're staying with what remains underneath the doing. And that's an effortlessness. It doesn't take anything to remain as you are. It's effortless. It's the doing that takes so much energy, exhausts us. And if Muji is right, it's a failure machine. I've never thought of it that way before, but I kind of like it. I can't think of any doing when it had the energy of an idol that didn't bring disappointment. There is other doing, I think this is not what he's talking about. I think he's talking about the doing to get somewhere, and that's all idolship. Doing to make ourselves better, doing to give, because A Course in Miracles says that hold back nothing. Course in Miracles says, I'm here to be only truly helpful. But what is that help and what is that withholding? I say, if you're a compulsive giver and you're not giving to the real self, you're not allowing the real self to unfold, the real self where there's no doing, then maybe stop giving until that movement comes from deep within and not a compulsion to give. And you'll see that first you're embodied, you feel like the divine. You're not giving to get, you're not giving because the Course told you to give. That would be like a puppet, that would be like a parrot. And by the way, there are people that just parrot the Course. They'll tell you, do this because the Course says, but they're missing the spirit of it. Embody it first. And then I have a suggestion. Put it in your own words. And don't quote the Course unless that seems to come from your heart. Because a lot of people are not even going to listen. It feels like you're whipping them with your latest inspiration when they haven't asked. People don't want to hear from us when they haven't asked. But if we can put something in the eye and in our own experience, I find that people are interested. So, what is the effortless? How do we come back to the unveiling? So, let's go into our latest getting. Think of what you've tried to get. Maybe it was a leaner body since it's January here. Maybe it's more money. Maybe it's more friends. Maybe it's more community. And let's just for a moment settle into more. Does your heart hurt when you think of more? Does it connect to a lack? Mine does. If I think I need more or be better, then I'm really hurting because I feel the lack of something, the lack of an okay body, the lack of enough money. But in this second, join me in this millisecond, and now close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Notice the inhalation. Notice the space. Notice the exhalation. And just park that need for more inside. Find a place, put it in your head, put it in your belly, just park it somewhere. And then join me in the nothingness of the flow. When I say nothingness, the water flows around and inside you. You're mostly made of water, and it flows without an agenda. And when water, moisture is needed somewhere, it's given. But no effort was needed. Your heart pumps effortlessly. Your liver's doing its job. What if in this millisecond you experienced the water flowing through you as nothing that is everything, It's empty and it's full. It's carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide, but it's still transparent. It's still opaque where it needs to be, but it's only carrying what it needs. It's empty and it's full, but it's effortless. The water does its job without efforting. You're alive without efforting. And what about the you that's always been you? That's a different age now than when you were 5 and when you were 15 and when you were 25. And yet, it always has felt like you. What if the you isn't a personal you? It's that impersonal you that we talked about in the beginning, the divine self. It's the knower of the you that's always been you. It's just one step back. It's like the paper behind the painting. That's the knower. That's the divine you. So this has been an awesome time together, and I so appreciate your listening. And thank you for listening, whether it's on ACIM Gather or YouTube. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.